All right, today is the day. We are going to start planting our seeds. Before we do, we're going to lay out all of these packets where they need to go on the grow beds. And I'm going to show you this marker that I made using the Mittleider gardening handbook right there. I also created a video to show you how to make this. I made dowels, and all you do is buy a 2x2 right here, drill holes, and I have an easy way to sharpen these, so I'll link the video for you so you can follow that. But how this works is that one side, the dowels are 6 inches apart, the other side, the dowels are 7 inches apart, and you scrape the ground like this in the grow bed, and then you have a mark 7 inches apart or 6 inches apart, and then you'll know where to put the holes at just by adding up in multiples of 7 or 6. So it's easy to measure that way. Most people can multiply by 7 or by 6 and figure that out. But that's one way to do it. The other way is to lay a measuring tape out like this, and this might be easy for you too if you have a spreadsheet like this where you have all of the inches on the margin right here and you know exactly the inch that it needs to go, and then you could just find it on the measuring tape. So I'll do it two ways for you. First I'll use the dowel on the left side over here on the very far left, and then I'll use a measuring tape and we'll see which one works. They both should. It's your preference. So let's go ahead and get started. First we're going to lay out the seeds everywhere they go. Let's do it. Start right here. So we're doing that one first, and that one, that one, that one, that one. Like that. Here. Alright, so these seeds are around 7 inches apart, multiples of 7, so I'm going to use a 7-inch marker right here. Right there. There, and then I have to go right there. Alright, so we have the mark 7 inches apart, multiples of 7 all the way down the line, and all of these vegetables need to be spaced in multiples of 7. So these are spaced 14 inches apart, so we're starting with 7 right here with beefsteak tomato. So I'm going to put a hole here for the first one.
Next is 21.
Next is 21 for regulars, so 7 times 3 is 21, so it goes right here.
And then 35.
Okay, 7 times 5, 35, so it's a multiple. It goes right here.
49, 7 times 7.
Right here, so they're 14 inches apart, all the way down. Makes it easy that way. 63 is right here.
Yeah.
So over there, this is for cantaloupe. And I know that we're
Doing 2 of them.
planting 2 cantaloupes, so we're planting it here.
And then the next one would be at 77, which is at 11.
Yeah, right here. So we're going to put this right here in the middle, so we know we put it in both spots.
Alright, next we have watermelon at 91.
Alright, should be right here. So watermelon we're doing twice. One right there.
And 105.
So this would be 105. This is going to go in between, so we're going to put it right here in the middle of them. Okay, 119. So last we're right here, so 14 inches apart, right here. Okay, this wire can easily move out of the way. Just put the hole right here, not too far under the sprinkler, not too far away. Depends on where these spray, but somewhere about right there is fine. This one might be too close to the sprinkler. Okay, so.
And then another 14 over.
Yeah, right here.
There's another cucumber, yep.
Okay, so we got cucumber going in twice, one right there, one right there.
And then we're going to go 21 inches
Okay.
over for okra.
So 21 inches. If this is a multiple of 7, then we skip 2 and go here.
Yep.
This will be okra. And okra gets pretty large. So you can see what I did was I left enough space from the cucumber right here, and I left enough space right here at the end, the same amount of space for this. These are nicely spread out, giving it enough room to grow, and we're growing these vertically, not laying them out on the floor, and that's why we can grow so many. So now I'm going to do the other side with the ruler and just show you how it's done that way. With this measuring tape, there's two different kinds of measuring tapes. This one does not stay too well. If I put it like this and I set this down, sometimes it rolls up. You have to make sure it doesn't roll up when you set it down. This one right here actually locks in place so it doesn't come back until you release it. I like this one, so I'm going to get a larger one of this. This does not go the full length of the grow bed, but this would be a lot easier to use than something like this where you have to constantly mess with it or it'll roll back. Now, the holes are supposed to be twice the size of the seed, the depth. Sometimes you just have to guess and just don't make the hole too deep if the seed is real tiny. Like a soybean, you know what size the soybean is, just make the depth about twice the size of that. That's what I do. But okay, let's go and see how fast this goes now.
Okay, soy is at 5.
Soy is at 5, so the first one starts right here. Okay?
On both sides, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, on both sides. So we're doing here and here this time. Okay?
Okay, next one's at 8.
Okay, right
Soy
here.
at 8.
Okay, got it.
Soy at 12.
Okay.
And now we're going to bush.
Okay, so that's all soy right there.
It's at 16.
16. Okay.
And then it's at 20.
So we didn't know where this stops, where it begins. So what I'm going to do is put it at the last one, or maybe at the first one. I'll put it at the first one, and that way we know where it stops, where it begins. So that begins right there. Next.
24. And next we're going to royal
Okay.
at 28. 32. 36. 40. And now we're going to peas. Peas are going to start at 44. 46. 48.
These are close.
Yeah.
They're only 2 inches apart. Okay.
And then next is eggplant at 69.
Okay, so we don't do more sugar, snow peas. There's only 6 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we go to what?
69 for eggplant.
69. See how much space this uses? So, eggplant. Okay.
Okay, and then we go to Cocosel.
Oh, eggplant. I had peas here. I guess we're not doing this one. We have snow
You
peas.
had peas there.
We have snow peas and we have sugar yam peas. So we'll do the snow peas.
3 and 3?
Yeah.
Or
Just those. Okay. So we got eggplant and then
69, okay, and then you go to Cocosel.
Cocosel.
It's at 91.
91 right here. And are these only one row, not both sides?
Right, you just had it on the
And
left side.
On the inside?
On the inside, yeah.
Okay. So this needs to go on the inside.
Same thing with the next one.
Same thing with eggplant, right?
Eggplant,
Just the inside.
yeah, on the inside, 113,
Okay.
sorry.
113 on the
113
inside.
is golden zucchini.
Right here.
At 155.
Right here. All right.
That's it for this one.
Good. Okay, that went pretty easy with the ruler because all she had to do was read off the numbers to me and I just poked holes. Whereas with the marker, you have to do some math in your head. So whichever way you want to do it is up to you. Since I'm using a spreadsheet and I have the inches on the spreadsheet, I'm going to use the ruler for the next grow beds, and then we'll finish it up that way, and then we'll plant the seeds. 86. Okay.
Got the romaine there
Yeah. Next, turnip.
at 44.
44 right here, inside.
Both.
Inside and outside. So one right there, one right there. Make a trough for the carrots from 96 to 116 right here.
And that's it.
All right, my measurements worked out perfectly. Correct spacing, and now we're going to go ahead and drop the seeds in the holes. And if the holes are too big, we're going to cover them up a little bit before we drop the tiny seeds. I just wanted to make the holes so we know where they go, but based on the size of the seed is the depth that you need to go. Not too deep for these small seeds. If they're too small, just fill the hole a little bit so it's not too deep.
Yeah, so.
Yep. All right, here's the carrots. So how you do the carrots is you add sand to the package. There's a sand to seed ratio, and that way, because the seeds are so small, it's going to be hard to pull out. So you do that, you shake it up, and then you just pour it in a row like this, in a trench. Like that. Okay, and just cover it up. Okay, one step I forgot to do, probably should have done it before we planted seed, was to make sure my sprinklers are not clogged and that they're pointed the right way since I put them back on. I'm using an app called Beehive, which I can schedule to turn on at certain times. I can manually do it, and I can add rain delay. And so it's hooked up to my hose directly, so it doesn't rely on my sprinkler system for my yard. Found it easier and better to do that way because sometimes the sprinklers don't run properly when the power goes on and off, and this thing is more reliable, and I can do it remotely if we leave town and I forget. So let's turn them on manually for now and check on the sprinklers and just make sure that they're facing the right way and none of them are clogged. Do manual for 5 minutes. Okay, they should come on. Most of the time I could get them working just by doing this. Or if I can't for some reason, then I will take a small pin, like a needle, try to find the hole and stick it in there to unplug it. This one's plugged, so actually shooting that way. There we go, straight. All right, we did it. We are ready to grow for spring. So I hope that you guys learned something from what we did here, and more than anything, I hope that you're inspired to start one yourself, no matter how big or small. if you're not sure where to begin, look up the Mittleider gardening course. That's what we're doing. That's it. So we did it. All right. See ya. All right, one last thing I want to share with you before I wrap it up is how I'm going to tackle the bug problem this spring. Every spring is when we get thousands of roly-polies and earwigs, which are pinching bugs. And last spring, they mowed down my garden. They would eat the seedlings as soon as they sprouted. So I had a problem with that. I had to put cups around every seedling, and they still got inside the cups. So I didn't find out about this stuff until late last year, and it works. Sluggo Plus. I've tried everything else. I've watched the earwigs and the roly-polies carry these pellets back to their nest, and the next day or a few days later I saw them dead in my garden. So this stuff does work. I'm going to start adding this as part of my weekly feed regimen, and it is organic, and I hear it's safe for your garden and actually provides some nutrients as well. So that's the first thing. The other thing that's new that I found out about was Bifenthrin. So you want to get the one that's 7.9%, the higher one, and you mix this in a sprayer, and you can spray this in your lawn to take care of all kinds of insects around the perimeter of your house, and it's even safe indoors, and it's safe for pets. I'm not going to spray it inside the garden, so I don't think I'll have a problem with that. I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to give this a shot too. Pest control companies use this and say it works. From left to right here, BT first. I think this is kind of more lethal than the neem oil. So I start with soap and water and I try that. And if that doesn't work, I go to neem oil. And if I see the bugs on the plants, right away I'll use BT. So this is more of like a preventative that I try to spray often just to prevent the insects. If I don't see them on it, but I know they're eating the leaves, I'll spray that. If I see the insects on there, I'll spray this. Soap and water works for some things, not all. So that's what I use regularly right here when I go and check my garden out frequently. You have to do it every day to make sure. So that's my arsenal right here. I know every spring we get a really bad infestation of earwigs and roly-polies. So I'll know if this stuff works or not. So I'm going to give it a try. I haven't seen any bugs this winter for the last few months in my garden. When we harvested, there was absolutely no bugs when we watched the vegetables. I think they're going to start hatching soon and coming out. Till next time, stay healthy, stay safe, just keep prepping.